Today, the biggest headline was how Brij Bhushan Sharan Singh has been granted a major relief in the accusations that have been made against him. The Rouse Avenue Court today itself granted a 2-day interim bail to Brij Bhushan Sharan Singh. As to what transpired inside the court, that is something very, very interesting. And to talk more on this, I am being joined by our legal correspondent Ananya Bhatnagar. He will tell us as to what transpired inside the courtroom. Ananya, you were inside the courtroom when this entire arguments were being heard. What transpired inside the courtrooms and why was Brij Bhushan Sharan Singh granted this 2-day interim bail?
Well, definitely, it was a jam-packed hearing before, in fact, Delhi's Rouse Avenue Court. And what happened in the court was that, it was a jam-packed hearing that continued. And it was the arguments that were addressed by Brij Bhushan Sharan Singh's counsels, Mr. Rajiv Mohan, was that, since already a charge sheet has been filed in this particular case, the investigation is already over in this case, and Brij Bhushan Sharan Singh has not been arrested in this particular case so far. In fact, Vinod Tomar too has not been arrested so far in this particular case. Hence, they should be granted a bail into this particular case. The question was put to the Delhi police by the court that, if they want to oppose this particular bail application or not. The Delhi police clearly told the court that it's up to the court as to what it wants to do. However, it will be opposing it on the ground that, there should be strict conditions imposed on Brij Bhushan Sharan Singh. If you see, the tone and tenor of the Delhi police remained to be a little reluctant because, there was not a strong opposition with regards to the bail being granted to Brij Bhushan Sharan Singh, and that's the reason why, in fact, 2 days of interim bail has now been granted to Brij Bhushan Sharan Singh and Vinod Tomar on a bail bond of rupees 25,000 each. And there are certain conditions which are that, he cannot tamper with the evidence in this particular case. He cannot influence the witnesses into this particular case. And he will have to be in touch with the investigation officer of this case and should join investigation as and when called for. So now the big question that remains is that how much of the Delhi police's charge sheet would stand and whether or not would it stand the test of trial, whether the prosecution story would find a way where Brij Bhushan Sharan Singh could be charged into this particular case and charges can be framed against him and Vinod Tomar for various offences, majorly with regards to sexual harassment. So, Anshul, if we talk about this charge sheet that we are talking about, how much of a water ground does it hold? Is it a watertight charge sheet? What is the evidence that comes into this particular charge sheet?
Well, yes, if we speak about the kind of evidences that the Delhi police has been able to gather, those evidences are not on each and every complaint or each and every instance that has been filed by the victims in this entire matter, and that is the reason why the entire charge sheet at this point in time seems like a very, very weak charge sheet, and that is the reason why the court has also taken some more time in which we are expecting another hearing to happen on the 20th of July itself, where the regular bail of Brij Bhushan Sharan Singh might happen. But yes, if you see the kind of charge sheet that has been filed, that has raised a lot of questions on the investigations that has been done by the Delhi police. For example, approximately 30 photographs were given to the Delhi police regarding the instances that have been mentioned by the wrestlers, out of which only 4 has been corroborated with the time of instance. There were 44 witnesses who had recorded their statements, out of which only 15 statements are such that corroborate with the time of instance itself, and hence all the accusations that have been made have not been proven in that charge sheet. However, the Delhi police has said that the investigation is still not complete because they have written to several other countries as well, where they are still waiting for those evidences to come in. Once those evidences come in, we can expect another interim or supplementary charge sheet to be filed by the Delhi police. But yes, this relief that has been given to Brij Bhushan Sharan Singh definitely seems like a big victory for him and a massive setback for the wrestlers, because remember, since day one the wrestlers have been demanding that Brij Bhushan Sharan Singh should be put behind the bars, and today's orders giving him bail definitely can be seen as a setback for all these wrestlers. Now, Ananya, I want to know another thing, that once this interim bail hearing was happening, how did the public prosecutor respond, or how did the lawyers of the victims respond when they had applied for this regular bail?
Well, the lawyers for the complainant were actually not present in that particular hearing. Only the public prosecutor, Mr. Atul Srivastav, the additional public prosecutor for the Delhi police, was there. And as I told you, when he was asked a question about whether or not he's opposing the bail application, there was not much of a reluctance when it comes to the Delhi police in, opposing the bail application. It only said that, the only aspect that it wants to oppose this bail application is that there should be certain conditions that should be imposed on Brij Bhushan Sharan Singh. Another important aspect that comes comes to fore is that when the regular bail hearing would actually take place on Thursday, we'll have to see how the Delhi police puts forth its case and whether there is a strong opposition to it. And as you were mentioning that there are certain international letters that have been sent which are generally called letter rogatories, but we've seen in cases that of Sanjay Bhandari, in cases of Nirav Modi and others, that LRs take a lot of time to come back. And when will this supplementary charge sheet would come in is something that is also a very big question mark. So whether or not there is a watertight case against Brij Bhushan Sharan Singh is definitely a big question mark that is on the Delhi police's investigation. But at the same point of time, we'll have to see how it all pans out for Brij Bhushan Sharan Singh and also the wrestlers into this particular case.
Right. So these are the developments that has happened in this entire matter. In fact, this was one of the most interesting days in this entire saga that we have seen happening over the last 6 months. Now, finally, Brij Bhushan Sharan Singh, who from day one has been claiming that he is innocent and this is nothing but that political vendetta that is happening against him. Somehow or the other, that seems to be proven true in front of the court of law. However, this is still very preliminary stages of the hearing that is happening out here at the Rouse Avenue Court. It remains to be seen once the hearing starts, regular hearing starts in this entire matter. Will Brij Bhushan Sharan Singh come out clean, or will there be a victory for the wrestlers? But yes, today's decision definitely seems like a big victory and a big relief for the Brij Bhushan Sharan Singh camp.